Welcome to your 5-year career vision board. Imagine your future and create your vision. Imagine is actually 5 years from today. How about crafting a clear and inspiring picture of your future? I'm giving you a magic life wand. I want you to imagine if all remain constant and perfect. What would you like to achieve 5 years from now? Imagine that 5 years have already passed and that you are reflecting on the progress that you have made in the key areas of your life. Your success, 5 key pillars: personal, professional, financial, educational, and potentially setting up your own consultancy. The key to this exercise is to write down as if everything has already happened. Rather than saying, I want to be financially stable, you will say, I have achieved financial stability and I own multiple assets valued at that generate a passive income, etc., etc. So something that is measurable and specific. Not sure what's happened there. So the kind of questions I want you to start thinking about is 5 years from today, it's already 5 years past. How old are you? How old are your significant others? Maybe children, family members? Where are you living? Describe your home surroundings. What does your daily routine look like? How much time do you Where are you spending your mornings, afternoons, and evenings? Visualize 5 years from now that perfect daily routine. But focus on how do you feel in that moment as you are reflecting back on what you have achieved. We will look at, although there are 5 key pillars, the own consultancy, number 5, you may not necessarily be ready right now to do that. However, we really do want to look at your personal, professional, financial, and educational objectives over the next 5 years. When we are looking at your personal pillar, we can take your relationships, your children, husband, family, sisters, mothers. Quality time can be, how are you doing? Your exercise, are you eating well? Are you working out? How healthy are you? What is your lifestyle? Are you going just to church, or you are not going enough to church? Are you traveling? Do you want to travel more? It's essential that you write down the results in your 5-year vision. So the kind of questions that you can ask yourself is, imagine it's 5 years. You can even think about 10 years if you like, but describe your relationship with your family, friends, and significant others. What are they like in this ideal future that you are visualizing? How do you take care of yourself, your mental well-being? What are you eating? Are you exercising? Are you going to church? Are you praying? Are you eating well enough? What personal milestones have you achieved? Is it losing weight? Is it traveling to specific areas? Is it learning something new? Something that is personal to you and something that it gives you fulfillment and that matters to you, somewhere where your passion lies. When we look at your professional, it's not just looking at your job titles, but think about also your responsibilities, the work experience you want to experience, have accomplished. Do you want to build teams? Do you want to create? Do you want to be doing the execution as well? Where do you want to do it? For how long? What are the areas that are missing in your career from where you are today and the areas that you want to build in? Is it more leadership? Is it more people management? Is it more ability to sit in a strategic executive boardroom? Is it more speaking? Really, what are the areas? Do you want to have impact? Who do you want to impact? So try and visualize 5 years from now, potentially more years from now, What would you like to have achieved on a professional capacity? The kind of questions are not just what is your current job titles? Have you moved up? Have you transitioned into a new field? What type of job title do we want to have? What kind of industry do we want to move in? What major projects have you already led? What have you contributed? What impact has those projects had? What has your work environment been like? What is your relationship also with the key people? So are you working from home? Is it a mixture? What kind of boss do you have? What kind of personality? What kind of relationship do you have with your team? What skills and expertise have you built in a particular area over the last 5 years? When it comes to your financial pillar, yes, we can say, I want my income to increase times 5. But is this coming through a variety of avenues? But imagine 5 years from now, what would you like to already have in the bank? What's coming in? Is it only your salary? Do you have assets? Are you making passive income? If it is financial freedom, then what is it that we are doing today? Imagine all remaining constant. What else? What is important for you financially? How much are you earning? How much type of assets would you like to have already accumulated? I don't need to know any of your financial status, but it's much more of where are you going to be 5 years from now? Questions is, what is your annual income? Has it increased? What assets? What are you planning to buy? What financial habits? What relationship do we have with money? Are we good at budgeting? Are we actually doing any investing? Are we researching any of those areas? What does financial security mean to you? It's really digging deeper into understanding your key priorities over the next 5 or even potentially 10 years. Your educational pillar is really understanding what learning curve do you have? Is there something you want to learn to put you at the edge of your industry? Maybe do a master's that will take you into more leadership, more seniority. Do we do something different than your degree, or do we stay more in that generic business? Do we go more into technology, AI? What else? Do we want to become a thought leader? Do we want to start marketing some of our content? Do we want to be invited for speaking events? It's just understanding of what would we like to achieve in that whole educational pillar. And here are some of the questions. What new skills would you like? Is it to advance your career, your personal life? Maybe you've always wanted to learn French. It doesn't necessarily mean you now want to start taking over a French region, potentially in your new role. But try and understand, what is it that you want to learn? Where is your learning curve? It can also apply to your personal life, but also within your professional, or even becoming more financially literate. What are your key priorities here in your 5 years from now? And then, of course, not for everyone, your own consultancy. Maybe you are thinking of setting up a business. Maybe you've always dreamed of working for yourself. Maybe you already have a couple of businesses as you are working full time. But, what if you did want your own business? What would that look like 5 years from now? What kind of product or services would you like to offer? Are there any major milestones that you think you need to go through yourself? Is the consultancy viable? What are those milestones for your consultancy or business? How much revenue do you want to achieve? How many clients? What is your company's reputation? What is your brand? How are you going to balance running a business? Is this the right time for you? Maybe you are a mom with children that maybe need you regardless of not necessarily young age. Even teenagers need their parents around in difficult periods. So these are some questions that you need to ask yourself. And then when it comes to your career planner, we will send it to you in an Excel format. Of course, we have a Word format if you prefer, but really start to understand, what year is it? Is it 2025, 2026? Are we five years from now, how old are you? And also you'll see that with the skills and knowledge, the actual template that you will be given will be similar to this. This is your 1, 3, 5 year plan. And then, of course, you also have your vision board, which will be just year 5. How old are you? And then you complete that section. You'll see that in your Excel spreadsheet. But should you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. Thank you.